What an absolutely unbelievable game of football at Old Trafford. Games like tonight are exactly why this is the best sport in the world. Undoubtedly, absolutely magical, unbelievable scenes in the stadium. Manchester United 2-0 up in the first half, in complete control of the game, then going all the way down to 4-2. I must admit, when it went 4-2, I was thinking that's it. It's the season done for them. Everyone knew coming into this game they really have to win today, given the position in the table, given how awful they've been for the majority of this season. This was a complete must-win game, and to be bottling it that badly was crazy, especially when you take into account the fact that Lyon were down to 10 men for a couple of those goals. Oh my God. I don't know if there would have been, but I was even thinking, will there be questions asked of Amorim at this point with their league position, getting knocked out to 10 men? But look at what they went and did. Old Trafford looked and felt, watching through the TV, magical tonight. Genuinely. Like, it's very rare in Old Trafford, Emirates, any of these big stadiums, when there's a moment like that, everyone's not stood there filming it. But for that last goal, it was just carnage everywhere. You don't see scenes like that at these big clubs as much anymore. Genuinely, I've not watched a football match that entertaining in a long, long time. The comeback started with a Bruno Fernandes penalty, which was definitely a penalty. Casemiro was kicked in the box. It was on the bottom of his foot, but 100% a penalty. VAR did a good job there. And then it was a great finish from Bruno, to be honest. Tucks it away in the bottom corner. Keeper dives the right way and doesn't get to it, which says all you need to know. The pressure on that man throughout this season and throughout his entire career at Manchester United cannot be understated. He has been their only star player for the majority of that time. And he does always seem to step up. Maybe not in every big game, but a lot of the time when they pull it back or they have a good result, he's getting a goal, he's getting an assist, and he seems to be the only one that does it on a consistent basis. The second goal to continue the comeback was Kobbie Mainoo, who was brought on as a substitute. A great move from Amorim. I'm surprised we've not seen a lot more of him this season, really. I know he's had some injury issues, but last year he was their new star boy, and this year I've not heard as much about him, but a fantastic finish. He didn't have long in the box and tucked it away nicely, and that leads us on to the last goal. Wow, Harry Maguire playing as a striker, which when you consider it, a club with the riches of Manchester United, a club with the history of attacking talent that Manchester United have. And really, at the end of that game, Harry Maguire was the best option to stick up as a striker. Is mental. I never thought I'd see Manchester United at this level. And I think that really points to the fact that they need to... It's impossible to say they need to invest in the summer because they have invested for many years in a row, but just done it so poorly that it's not worked out. I don't know what they need because... with their wage bill, with the amount they've spent over the last couple of years, they won't be able to spend a huge amount. They have to try cut back on some of this squad and bring in a proper striker. I know Højlund's still young, but he really hasn't looked up to it this year. Anyway, distracted. That Harry Maguire goal, oh my goodness. Could have been a little push in the back. I'm not seeing it. He has his hands on him. The Lyon player doesn't even fall over until about 3 seconds after it's hit the back of the net. That guy, Harry Maguire, gets so much hate, and I'll tell you what, I am his number one hater. I think defensively, maybe not so much in the last year or two, but up to that point, he has been a liability constantly, and he's still definitely got a mistake in him. I'm not putting him even in the top 20 centre-backs in the Premier League, but the amount of times that he's scored massively important, season-defining goals for Manchester United is crazy. He may as well just play up top. Genuinely, I think if Harry Maguire played the same amount of minutes up top as Højlund, he might have the same amount of goals come the end of the season. An incredible comeback. Honestly, Europa League, what a competition. I don't usually care about it to this level. I mean, I hate Manchester United. I hate them, but I love football, and I can appreciate how special it will have been for those fans in that stadium tonight. Oh my God, imagine when Lyon made it 4-2, you saw people leaving the stadium, right? Imagine if you'd already just made it outside before they got that Bruno Fernandes penalty. You'd have been losing your mind and you can't get back in. They won't let you back in. and you miss that comeback. I mean, I suppose it kind of serves you right for leaving, but would I blame them after going 4-2 down? Not particularly. You'd be stood out there absolutely raging. And a word for the Lyon fans as well, because that was a true capitulation for them. Like, putting it in context, looking at Manchester United's season realistically, closer to the relegation zone in the Premier League than European places, Lyon should not have bottled that lead. And if you're one of their fans that's come all the way over from France or wherever in the world you've travelled from, that must be one of the worst experiences you've ever had at a football match. From the joy of beating Manchester United 4-2 at Old Trafford, having been 2-0 down, to the absolute horror show the whole way home, just in your own head. It's opposites though, isn't it? For the Manchester United fans, it's the same thing. They went through the pain and then got to experience the joy. Ruben Amorim was absolutely loving his life on that touchline, and you can't blame him. It's a special moment for Manchester United. It's a special moment that they need to try take advantage of. I know that they can't do anything else in the Premier League this season, really. Maybe they can climb a couple of places, but not to a level where it's going to make a difference. But they need to try take this into next match whilst realising that they have only won a quarter-final. Although it definitely feels like a final, it isn't. And now they've got Athletic Bilbao, who just knocked out a pretty good Rangers side. Wow. Athletic Bilbao aren't an easy team to beat, but having watched that, you think that Manchester United will end up finding a way. Although the fact that they even managed to bottle that 2-0 lead will definitely give Bilbao hope that they can get a good result against them, because, as I say, that Lyon capitulation is very irregular, and it's just as much down to Manchester United and their determination. But Athletic Bilbao must be watching that and going, yeah, if we keep it calm and collected against, where are they, 14th in the Premier League, we can get a result here. What a magical night. And also Tottenham made it through. So both Premier League teams, both bottom half battlers, managed to get through to the semi-finals of the Europa League, which I think says a lot about the quality of football in England. I know that those two seasons are defined by what happens in that competition still, but when they can go and have a performance like that against Lyon, I can't even remember off the top of my head who Spurs were playing, but they were playing someone on paper much worse than Lyon. When they can go get through to the semi-final, you know that the quality of English football is just top tier. What a game. What a sport. This is why we all absolutely love it. And if you are a football fan, please remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate every single person who hits those buttons. I'll be coming back with some Europa League and Champions League predictions very soon, where I try to predict who's going to win these semi-finals and who's actually going to make it through to the final. But one last word on Manchester United tonight. If they'd have actually bottled that 2-0 lead at home and lost 4-2, that would have been the first time they've done that since the 1970s. This could have been a historic moment in all the wrong ways that all the fans would remember. And let's be honest, Sir Jim Ratcliffe hasn't had the most positive press this season. There's already been some rumblings of unhappiness within the Manchester United fan bases around him, and I can't blame them with what he's been doing in terms of cutting staff, cutting costs, cutting meals for everyone. Tonight could be a night that not only saves Amorim, saves this squad, saves the fan base embarrassment, but could be a night that saves Jim Ratcliffe some time in order to try fix things up in the summer, which he really does need to do. What a night. Please like and subscribe. I'll catch you again very soon. Peace.